makes it so special. Just open dialogue. It feels comfortable. There's never like a dull moment, and I feel like Ramon's a good friend of mine. I've known him almost 20 years now. It's crazy. We getting old.
You just hit the nail on the head right there. I mean, it's two great guys you can just have a genuine conversation with. You're real personable, and it's laid back. Like right now, I'm sitting in my car doing a live interview, and I don't think it gets any better.
Are you looking for a podcast and radio show dedicated to all things Kentucky sports? Well, bingo, bango, bongo, Big Blue. From Pikeville to Paducah and all points in between, we give you an in-depth and sometimes extremely opinionated view of the Wildcats. The phone lines are now open. It's Wildcat Sports Talk. Let's join the two guys that bring the action every single week. Adam Webb and Tim Brandstetter.
Well, it has been such a long time, Tim. I mean, we're talking. It's since we've really done a true show. But it's been a year.
It's been a long time, man.
I mean, and we get asked constantly. People are like, what are you doing? Are you guys coming back? Like, what are you doing? And we have to be like, well, we don't know. We might, if you guys are going to do it. I mean, and then here's the $1 million question that I get a lot. Okay. Well, I mean, does Tim even want to do sports anymore? All he cares about is that music.
Yeah. I get that a lot too. Like, did you quit sports? And I've been consumed with music, man. I've been doing the music management thing.
You have been accused of counting pebbles.
Oh man, I've been accused of a lot of things, I tell you. And I tell you what, the music world is not for the faint of heart, so to speak. And you know that.
Wow.
You've been in the music world. You're a singer songwriter, and you were involved in that stuff before me. But I've got to managing all these artists across Kentucky, and it's just a lot of work, man. It's hard to focus on anything but that. But I tell you what, when me and you started talking seriously about doing another show again, I have to admit I started getting excited for Wildcat Sports Talk.
Well, a couple things that I'm really loving. First of all, down below, you see that? You see the ticker down below that's got all the latest UK news? That is something that's going to happen every single week now. You'll be able to just do that. All right. Eventually, I'm going to set up a 24/7 live stream on YouTube, which means 24/7. There will be old videos, recycled stuff that we've done with the latest UK news down below. So it'll be like a Wildcat Sports Talk channel. All right. And I want to announce in this show, we are launching a service called Power K Studios. If you are an aspiring podcast, I'm looking at you talking Kentucky. I'm looking at you, insert other podcast here, that is looking to get your stuff on iHeartRadio. Well, you can come under our umbrella and we will make that happen for you. It's really simple. We're trying to expand all different ways of just making UK sports available to everybody in the state of Kentucky. And we feel like we have a platform now where we can do that.
That's super cool.
Yeah. So digging right into things, we can talk UK sports, and this obviously Wildcat Sports Talk. This is what this is all about. Okay. And I want to first start off giving you kind of a State of the Union address on where things stand. Since it's at the forefront, since basketball hasn't started yet, I'm going to start off with football. I will say this. Kentucky football has been I think it's, as fans, we're going to have to start realizing our expectations with Kentucky football. And we need to really look at from a fan perspective and go, what is Kentucky football, right? What does this mean? Are we out of our minds to think that Kentucky football can make the playoffs? Absolutely. Are we out of our minds to think that Kentucky football can make an SEC championship? Absolutely. Can Kentucky football get 6-7 wins and go to a bowl game? Yes. And that's where you need to be in your mind. I mean, am I wrong, Tim?
No, basically just back up about 5 or 6 years and go back to where we was, 6 to 10 years ago in that mindset. Let's go back there because that's where we're at. Let's just.
Well, but what I want to say though is that we've never gotten away from that. That's
Well,
that's
yeah.
really what it's always been.
Well, the thing, but
Hey.
what's happened though is we've got so consistent at going to bowl games, and we got so consistent at competing with the top tier teams in the SEC. At least competing, at least getting one big win, and going to bowl game after bowl game every year. We started thinking, hey, we can be a contender in the SEC, and we were there for a few years with Levis, and now the last couple of years, it's like, okay, it's time to sit back. Go back to where knowing what our role is. We're not an SEC contender. We're not close. And let's just hope that we can make a bowl, and let's just hope that we can, win a big game, knock somebody off, and let's just beat the teams we're supposed to beat.
But I want to add on that though. We're not even doing that at this point.
No.
We're not even beating the teams that we're supposed to beat. We should have easily handled South Carolina. We ended up losing, and they easily handled us.
Mm-hmm.
We should have. I mean, really and truthfully, because of the dumb decisions of our coaching staff, and I say dumb because they are, we lost to Ole Miss. And what happens is every time we lose a marquee game like that, it ends up knocking us for about 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because our team sulks, and they don't have the ability to be disciplined enough to go, hey, I'm going to go back out and win. No, I'm going to be upset and cry in a corner.
Yeah, the team that lost to Ole Miss should have beat South Carolina.
Right.
But we were just not as good as we were against Ole Miss.
And we may never get there. And I don't think that we will under Mark Stoops again. And I'm going to tell you, and here's what I will say. Mark Stoops got us a couple of 10-win seasons. I'm going to say something that's going to maybe be unpopular with that regard. I think we put him on a little higher of a pedestal than I would. Mainly because at that time when we got the 10-win seasons, South Carolina lost Steve Spurrier. They were bad. Florida was bad and always has been bad. Tennessee was in a rebuild state, and they were bad. Vanderbilt's horrible. Ole Miss had Lane Kiffin, who is, for whatever reason, a dork. And we can play and hang with them. Georgia has Kirby, but we always hang and play with them pretty well. So you take 6 teams in 6 games where we were competitive in, but for reasons not because of Mark Stoops. I'm sorry. I said what I said. We had a few key guys that could carry him. Benny Snell, Will Levis, Josh Allen, name players that were really, really good that could carry him on. And that's what made him look good. Is Mark Stoops a good coach? I mean, yeah, he is. He's a serviceable coach. Let's put it that way. But at the end of the day, we have to understand, in order for us to be competitive in the SEC, we have to get players. Players aren't going to come to Kentucky. We either have to, A, pay for them, or B, go out and make a guy like Josh Allen, who was a 3-star, into a 5-star and an NFL pick. We have to have coaching for that. You can strike lightning in a bottle. It's the same concept with John Calipari. I love John Calipari for what he did at Kentucky. He will go in the rafters one day because he did win a national championship at Kentucky. I think he won that national championship because Anthony Davis is a freak of nature. We should have won in 2015, and he got outcoached. It's the same principle. Mark Stoops gets outcoached nearly every single game. He doesn't make any adjustments in game. And we are bad because of that. That's the bottom line. When Kentucky scored on that first drive to go up 7-0, I thought, okay, we might be okay. We let one guy that didn't fall on a fumble, and my goodness, dude, It was right there. Just fall on it. That's the discipline we're lacking. That's coaching. You have to look at your guy and go, hey, man, listen, that ball that fell on the ground that you just kind of watched lay there, that's a live ball. Let's make sure we get that next time. And don't let it happen again. But it does.
Yeah.
So my whole point is Mark Stoops has got to go.
Well, here's what I'll say, Adam. I've been a Mark Stoops supporter. I've been frustrated and mad at Mark Stoops several times. I mean, every game, I'm sure I've been pretty upset at Mark Stoops. That my overall opinion's always been Stoops has done a lot with what he's got. He's done a lot at a school like Kentucky that's not a football school. I'm sorry, forgive me, we're just not. We'd love to be. We got football fans, but we're just not technically a football school. But I love what Mark Stoops has done. I met Mark. Nice guy, super nice to me. I mean, you could tell the way when somebody meets you and they don't know who you are and the way they treat you, you can tell what kind of person they are. Mark Stoops is a good person. I like Mark, and he's done a lot of really good things at Kentucky. But I feel like NIL killed Kentucky's momentum. So I feel like we had all the momentum in the world, and then once NIL hit, I think the way UK handled NIL, here's looking at you, UK. That's right. I'm calling you out. I don't care anymore. You dropped the ball, so to speak, on the NIL situation. They were scared. They were nervous. They held back. They didn't know how to promote the players. They didn't want to mess up. And all these big schools were like, NIL, okay, let's go. Buying players, let's do it. I mean, it's wide open. Let's do it until they tell us not to do it no more. Everybody's doing it. Let's go get the best players. And UK's like, no. Now, I don't know if they can do a commercial now, boys. We got to get all this approved, if they can come on your show. I mean, UK handcuffed players so bad, and they were so scared of the NIL that now we're set back 10 years.
While you're on that topic, I'm going to call them out too because I don't care. I told you when we started this back up, and that's something that we're going to address a little bit later, but the things are going to go different with Wildcat Sports Talk. We're not going to pander to certain things just because we want to do this or that. Look, if you want to let us in on the field at UK, you will. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. It is what it is. But when you got upset and called me over Chance Poor, that was a bad look. I said what I said. Susan Lax called me over Chance Poor. It was not okay. And they should have 100% allowed that to happen from the start. And the thing is other schools were doing it. Other schools were allowing players to and right when the NIL thing started, UK was like, well, we better just sit back and wait. Okay, well, in the meantime, Tennessee reloaded, Florida reloaded, South Carolina reloaded. Now Vanderbilt is 6-0. Did you just hear what I just said? Vanderbilt is 6-0. Mississippi State took Tennessee to the wire the other night. Do you understand? They were the bottom feeder of the SEC last year. There is no reason why Kentucky shouldn't have been here, but instead we fell to the bottom of the SEC. Now we are the bottom again.
Well, a lot of people, like I said, they're blaming Mark Stoops. And yes, some of it is his fault. But he said early on in the NIL deal, I've got to have the players. I have to have the players.
And he did say to pony up, which I don't think was a good. It was not a good look. It was not.
But look now. Look what happened since they didn't pony up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else ponied up.
Yeah. Which leads me to the next thing. UK news, Kentucky, University of Kentucky, they announced $36 million in upgrades are coming to Kroger Field. We're talking $15 million for general upgrades, $13 million for suites, $8 million for club areas, and Wi-Fi enhancements. I am all for that because you go to Kroger Field, you cannot get a text out. Now, the fan input is being solicited for what matters the most. I personally can think of $36 million that can be spent elsewhere.
They better be spending as much as they can on players because we don't need a suite for fans if we don't have sweet players to watch on the field.
Mark Stoops' buyout is about $38 million.
I wouldn't buy out Mark Stoops. I'd buy out some players.
Now that's the thing, though, Tim. You at the end of the day now, We need a better coach. We need a coach,
Yeah,
and then
but-
we need players.
I
know that you love Mark Stoops, and that's fine. Love him. You know,
I'm not going to be mad. No, look, it's time to go. And I mean, it's time. It's time for a change. I get all that, and I'm fine with it. But I still go back to there was seasons that Mark Stoops was. Yeah, we had better players, but we didn't have better players than the other teams, and we were beating them. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you got to do both. You can't just do a coaching change and still treat the NIL like
Right.
you are,
But
and still not be playing.
the coaching change needs to happen.
Yeah.
And $36 million would go a long way towards doing that. I don't know why you're doing all these premium experience upgrades and suite upgrades and all this when no one's going to come to the games when you're
No.
2 and 10. No one's going to do it.
Hey, you can't upgrade the seats and expect to get more money out of them whenever people don't want to come anymore. You need to lower the ticket prices.
Right. I mean, that's basically like cleaning a porta potty and calling it a luxury suite toilet. I mean, you can't do it. You just can't.
Put fancy toilet paper in it and charge more. Let's go.
I mean, you can't do it. It's still at the end of the day, it's still a porta potty.
That's right.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're dealing with. Kroger Field right now is a porta potty.
Man, somebody's going to clip this and use it on us.
They will. It'll be a Tennessee fan.
Yeah, because they got plenty of time to, harass other people.
But that said, look, Kentucky football is what it is. I really don't want to harp a whole lot on that, Tim. I don't know about you, but I just don't. I don't want to spend this whole show talking about how bad Kentucky football is. Do you?
No.
So
you got me cranked up, though. You did get me cranked up. But we do got to say before we go much further that this show, our first show back with Tim and Adam, our first show back is sponsored by the Ballads and Brews Festival.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. So tell them about this Ballads and Brews Festival. First of all, you've got Cynthiana, Kentucky. Let me just say, first of all, if you don't know Cynthiana, rest in peace, Joby Hall. That's where he's from, Cynthiana, Kentucky. Also, for the folks that love The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead, is from Cynthiana, Kentucky. And yours truly now lives in Cynthiana, Kentucky. So we have this, this wonderful festival that is coming to this city, and it's a small town. This is a small town. By the way, in personal news, I got married, Tim.
You did, man. And I've told you congratulations off the air, but congratulations again. It's always good to see someone happy, man, and finding their other half. And
you know what?
Seems like you're very happy.
She's perfect. And I'm going to tell you something. It is so you don't realize. And for the folks out there, and I don't want to go on I don't want to go on a tangent here, but for the folks out there that are like, man, when's my turn? Listen, I'm going to tell you something. When you find the one that is supportive, that loves you, that is a unicorn, man. And I mean, you know that. You know how that works.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, it's hard to find. And once you find it, man, it changes your whole world, man. I mean, I'm way more private these days in my relationship, in my personal life. I've decided to be way more private.
Well,
and my significant other is way more private. But I will say I am in a relationship and very happy to be, very, very happy to be, and doing very good. So things are good for both of us right now. Ballads and Brews Festival. Let's
talk about the Ballads and Brews Festival. First of all, your boy Chris Knight is here.
And you know how I feel about.
Oh, we lost Tim. I don't know what happened here, but we lost him. But yes, we do know how he feels about Chris Knight. So awesome. Yeah. Well, we'll get Tim back here in just a minute. See what's going on there. I'm not sure why we lost Tim, but in the meantime, let's take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk about the Ballads and Brews Festival. We'll be right back.
Looking for truth in an otherwise crazy world? Tune into the Truth Podcast, where we're breaking down the Word of God one line at a time. Every episode deep dives into Scripture. No fluff, no hype, just raw, real, life-changing truth. Whether you're in the car, at the gym, or winding down, let the Word of God speak. Let the truth set you free. The Truth Podcast, available on Facebook, YouTube, and soon on streaming platforms.
I think what makes it so special is just open dialogue. It feels comfortable. There's never like a dull moment, and I feel like Ramon's a good friend of mine. I've known him almost 20 years now. It's crazy. We getting old.
You just hit the nail on the head right there. I mean, it's two great guys you can just have a genuine conversation with. You're real personable, and it's laid back. Like right now, I'm sitting in my car doing a live interview, and I don't think it gets any better than
I'm back, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Oh, I got you. I got you now. And
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
the background, so it's pretty cool.
But
We might be a little rusty, Adam.
Well, something happened where your thing cut out there, so you're gonna have to make sure that don't ever happen again. But of course, you won't.
Yeah, there's some things you just can't fix, man. It's just.
Well, I know, and you're one of them. All right, so tell us, Chris Knight, and then you've got
right.
a bunch of.
Yes.
I'm gonna how about I just ask you about groups?
Ask me about it.
All right, who is Paul McDonald and the Morning Doves?
So Paul McDonald, man, is this guy. He's played at the Grand Ole Opry. Not long ago, he made his debut at the Grand Ole Opry. He's got this full band, and it's kind of like it's a real kind of a little bit of like a hippie 70s vibe. Very, very unique singer with a really cool vibe, man. Very good dude.
And you've told me a little bit about some of the others. I see, and I have to lean real close here because it's right on the screen. So let's see. You got Buffalo Wobbs and
Buffalo Wobbs. Yeah, Buffalo Wobbs.
Give me a 10-second rundown, and when I ask you these, go.
All right. Buffalo Wobbs, it's like a folk Appalachian band. The lead singer is like best friends with Tyler Childers. If you've seen any of Tyler Childers' videos, the guy with long hair walking around in the videos, that's the lead singer of Buffalo Wobbs. They are really good. They got a big following, and they bring a good show.
Let's see. Smilo and the Ghost. I know you talked a little bit about them, but with me, they're really good. I know Cody Lee Meese. Moonlight Mile, they're very, very good. Look, this is a really good lineup, and folks need to understand, something like this in a small town like Cynthiana, you really want to come out and have some fun.
Man, it's awesome because the first night, Saturday night, is solo artist. At the end, Travis Napier will have a smaller band, and then Chris Knight will have his full band. But, Saturday night, man, it's loaded. Nathan Coots and Justin Ratcliffe, I manage both of them at Brand Center Music Management. Lance Rogers, a good friend of mine. Wes Ship, phenomenal singer-songwriter. Joe Clark, Travis Napier, who I also manage, unbelievable. And he's opening for the legend, the one and only Chris Knight, my all-time favorite singer-songwriter. He's amazing. And then on Sunday night, loaded with bands, man. Early on, we got Ariana and the Bourbon Britches, Gracie Yates. Then we got Brock Burton, who I manage all those that I just announced. Brock Burton's with a full band with no handshakes. Cody Lee Meese is one of the coolest shows you'll ever see. High energy. The guy is raunchy tonk. That's what he calls it. Then Moonlight Mile, another band that I manage. Jonathan Pennington with Moonlight Mile is one of the best dudes you'll ever meet in your life. Big heart, great guy. The craziest vocalist I've ever heard. He can scream for a 3-hour set and never lose his voice. Moonlight Mile is definitely a vibe that you got to check out. Smilo and the Ghost, they're from Pennsylvania. Unbelievable. They do like an Appalachian, a folk Appalachian thing with a really, really good vibe, full band. Then I told you about Buffalo Wobbs and Paul McDonald. Dude, if you like music and you like beer, you're going to love this festival, man. I mean, it's going to be a great weekend.
Well, So come on out again. It is at Maiden City Brewing right here in Cynthiana, Kentucky. That is this weekend, October 4th and the 5th. All right, Tim. So let's go down the list of some other big-time news.
Hey, one more thing I forgot to say. I'll get in trouble if I don't say this. The festival is going to be hosted by Hannah Wheeler and Dalton Daly. And if anybody watching this is going, Dalton Daly, wait, I know that name. Yes, you know the name Dalton Daly. He's the 14-year-old singer-songwriter phenom from Corbin, Kentucky that I also manage, by the way. But anyway, 158,000 followers on Facebook, 9 videos with over 1 million views. You've seen Dalton Daly. He's going to not only be hosting the event, he will be singing before the headliners. So there you go.
That's good stuff. All right. New court installed at Rupp Arena.
Wait a minute. Wait, you ain't going to believe this, but I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. A new court was installed in Rupp Arena, including a full overhaul of the playing surface because the issues that were with the former one, remember, they all said there was this glare. It was all with. I personally am excited about it. I don't know about you, but that needed to happen yesterday.
Yes, I agree, man. Anytime anything cool like that happens with basketball, I get really excited. And ever since Mark Pope was named the head coach, it's all been cool, in my opinion.
Right. And so I feel like for right now, I think the fan hype, I know my hype for basketball is at an all-time high. I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's roll. But I do have to bring everybody down for a minute because that's what I do, right? So Kentucky lost the top 5 recruit. Talon Kinney, he committed to Kansas over UK despite a heavy pursuit from Kentucky. We are swinging and missing on 5-star recruits. Can you explain maybe why that is and why Calipari has the edge over 5-star recruits versus Mark Pope, a guy I feel like who's a better coach, and I feel like Kentucky is a way better place to play. Now Kansas, they're both legendary, but still, I'm going to Kentucky all day long. Why are we swinging out on?
Well, my guess, I don't know, but my guess is this, and I don't know the kid that you're talking about. I don't know why he chose Kansas. I don't know him personally, so I'm not attacking him at all. But I'll say why I think maybe Mark Pope is not landing those big recruits is because we're as opposed to Calipari landing them. Calipari has the name. He's got the name of big time recruits. He's got those in his back pocket. I coached this kid, and and they went straight to the NBA. Look at the NBA. I coached all these kids. That's a brand that he's built, and that's hard to match. But also, I think that you run into these kids, man, that are the top 5-star kids that don't want to come in and play. Let's all play team ball like Pope coaches. Maybe they want you to roll the ball out and let them be a superstar like Calipari does. Maybe that's more appealing to those big players. Hey, come in here, and I don't care if a kid from Kentucky's hitting 5 threes a game. You're still starting.
You're right. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Mark Pope, he does things the way that us Kentucky fans want. I'm not really worried about missing on 5-star recruits because at the end of the day, I know the best 5 guys are going to be on the floor at all times. Because if they're stinking that night, Mark's not afraid to go, come on. Yep. Your moment's too big for you, bud.
Yep, that's exactly right. I don't think when the game starts that Pope can see the star rankings above their head when he's putting them in and out of the game.
No, because Calipari, I mean, he would be like, all right, I got my 5 guys that I'm playing, and I wrote it down, and I wrote it in Sharpie.
yeah. Hey, I done wrote it down. I mean, that's the lineup.
Can't erase it. I wrote it in Sharpie.
That's the lineup. Permanent ink. You heard of permanent ink before?
He had no adjustments, no looking at it another way. Just this is who we are.
Yep. I think he wrote it somewhere on their jersey where he could see it that said 5-star, so he had to pick them up first, put them in the game first.
So, with that said, this is a very special season in Kentucky basketball. This is the 50th season of men's basketball in Rupp Arena. So, for 50 years, Kentucky has played basketball in Rupp Arena. Can you believe that? It's
That's
been
wild.
50 years since we've played basketball in Rupp Arena, which means we've been playing basketball since, what, the year before you were born?
I was going to say before I was born, and that's a long time now. That's a long time. So when I was born, they had been playing in Rep Arena for 1 year.
1 year. We're getting old, man.
I know it. I know it, but it's wild to think, man, because obviously I don't remember them playing anywhere but Rupp. I've seen old film, but it's always been Rupp Arena, and 50 years. That's a pretty cool milestone.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'm excited about Kentucky basketball. Brandon Garrison, if you see down below, he's getting huge compliments in the offseason. Apparently, he has grown in his game. That is cool to see because, Brandon Garrison, he had shades of that last year. And I think that with with another year under his belt, it's just somebody that we can go to maybe when Oway's having an off night.
I feel like Brandon Garrison was all skill and just energy, man, and athleticism, and just didn't have the experience, didn't quite have the basketball knowledge that he needed last year. And now with him being a year older, with him being a year under Coach Pope's supervision, I'm super excited to see what he's going to turn into, man.
In other Kentucky news, this is Wildcat Sports Talk, but I'm going to talk about Kentucky news. The KHSAA has just voted to instate a shot clock in high school basketball. Thank you. I've been complaining about this since I've been calling games. This is this year would be year 21 of me calling basketball games. Tim, I know you agree with me on this. This needed to happen 21 years ago.
I do agree. I can see both sides of the argument. I can see both sides of the argument.
Don't do this today,
No,
Tim.
no.
Because what you're doing, and I'm calling you out. What you're doing is you're playing both sides of the fence because you want to be everybody's friend on this show. We're bringing back Wildcat Sports Talk. Stop trying to be friends with everybody.
Well, you're right. I do that because and that's why everybody loves me. Adam.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'm the nice one.
Just take a side.
But,
stop being that way.
I'm not very animate about this situation. I'm happy about it. I think it needed to happen. It's kind of ridiculous to me that it didn't happen 10 years ago. But so for the underdog, it's not good.
No, but okay, you're right. It isn't. And again, you're going to get those teams that may have not made it to the Sweet 16 to get beat 45-3. Okay. But at the end of the day, like, I want to see the close games. I want the best teams to win. And I think this is going to make the product better. The fans are going to be, they don't come there to see a guy dribble it out at half court for 2 minutes.
No, it's going to be more entertaining, and high school basketball has always been entertaining. Even with that rule, without the rule, it's been entertaining. But high school basketball will be more entertaining now, and players are different now. Players are growing up learning how to be Steph Curry now. Players are wanting to shoot 30-footers and shoot a lot of threes a game, and coaches are coaching different now. So it's time for it to be there. It's time to have a shot clock because in most good basketball situations with good teams playing good teams, you probably don't need a shot clock. They're probably putting the ball up pretty quick. But whenever you got to go play these teams on your schedule that are just way behind the times, then they stand out there and hold the ball on you. It's kind of a waste of time for you to even go play that game because it's not making your team better.
No, it's definitely not. To round out this second segment, I want to I got to bring it back to football for a second because something happened. So I wrote all my notes out for the show, and this just kind of fell toward the bottom of the notes because it's kind of funny, but it's at the same time it's not funny because it makes me mad because discipline, right? Did you see where I'm gonna say, is it McCown? Yeah, our running back took the ball at the end of a touchdown, threw it into the stands, and knocked the quarterback's grandfather in the mouth for South Carolina.
Ooh. No, I didn't see that.
During a celebration.
Obviously, it's an accident. You know, obviously, he didn't have a target on the dude and go.
That's the thing. He said it was an accident, but I looked at the video, man, like, dude, he threw the ball in the stands. Like, he was like, boom. Like,
hey,
I mean,
hey, listen, he's a running back, not a quarterback. He can't be that accurate.
He's not accurate. But my whole point is, you're down. Like, well, this was the first touchdown. This is when we were 7-0. So this is when we did good. But my whole point is like, don't you think? Why give them motivation, man?
Yeah, you know, that's something that you got to address now. You know, you got to talk to them now and go, look, that obviously everybody on the team, that can't happen. You know, we're not throwing an object towards people. I mean, that just, you learn that in kindergarten. We don't throw things towards people.
The only time that apparently the only time, well, I mean, I don't know. I think at this point, I'm starting to believe that it's acceptable to throw the football into the stands anytime. 2-point conversions, throw it in the stands. Anytime.
Don't go there.
Anytime. I mean, Terry Wilson did it.
Don't go there. Flashbacks.
Yeah. I mean, but my whole point is man, like, know where you are. Like, know that, like, if you want to celebrate, go chest bump a player, go do something other than.
Here's what I'm more mad about. I'm more like, yeah, you can't do that no more. Don't do it. But I don't know. There's a lot of worse things he could have tried to do than just throw it into the stands, because I don't think I've ever heard of the ball hitting anybody on a celebration. But, you know, but what I'm mad about is the Kentucky ghost back. I mean, you know, it's one of those things that even when you get a big touchdown and you're winning the game, something dumb has to happen. You know, just a freak accident. That's Kentucky football. That was Kentucky football my whole life until just, 5-6 years ago. Little things like that would happen. Now we're making news because we hit a fan with a ball. I mean, that's just crazy.
So yeah, we made the news, and we actually made national headlines with that. So that's wonderful. So yeah, but look, let's take a quick break. But before we do, let's talk about Ballads and Brews one more time. Go down the lineup, give them 30 seconds. Tim, I'm going to throw it up on the screen. It's like a commercial, and Tim, let's see how good that you do. Commercial and go.
Ballads and Brews, Saturday and Sunday night this weekend in Cynthiana, Kentucky at Maiden City Brewery. Saturday night, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Knight. And before that, we've got so much Kentucky talent, you're not going to believe it. Travis Napier, Joe Clark, Wes Ship, Lance Rogers, Justin Ratcliffe, Nathan Coots, and many more. And then Sunday night, that's when the bands come in. And you got Paul McDonald, Buffalo Wobbs, Smilo and the Ghost, Moonlight Mile, Cody Lee Meese, Brock Burton, Gracie Yates, Ariana, and the Bourbon Britches. You don't want to miss this. Tons of good beer, tons of good ballads, and all at a good price. Check it out.
Dude, you killed it.
Thanks, man.
You killed it. I would have given him the Sunday. You got Phil McDonald and the Morning Doves. Did you like that?
Yeah, I can't do the radio voice, but you know why I was able to do that? Because I'm so passionate about this festival. If anybody watching Wildcat Sports Talk right now, I'm not trying to take credit because I had a lot of help. But this was kind of my vision. This was my baby. First music festival that I've put together. I picked the lineup. I had some help. Michelle Eichens from the train station, phenomenal person, business lady. She helped me put this lineup together. But man, like if you go into, say, basketball or football, you go into sports and you're doing a draft, right? That's right. What it was like. It was like I went in to do a draft and I just started picking players, musicians that I wanted on my festival. I didn't just want any musician. I had to have a musician that fit the vibe of that festival. You know, that Appalachia, that Kentucky independent artist type thing. And you know, I'm so happy with the way the lineup shaped out, man. It's just unbelievable. It's like a big circle of people that think the same thing about music and have the same style. And I can't wait, man. It's going to be heaven.
All right, we'll be right back.
I think what makes it so special is just open dialogue. It feels comfortable. There's never like a dull moment, and I feel like you know, Ramon's a good friend of mine. I've known him almost 20 years now. It's crazy. We getting old.
I mean, you just hit the nail on the head right there. I mean, it's two great guys you can just have a genuine conversation with. You're real personable, and it's laid back. Like right now, I'm sitting in my car doing a live interview, and I don't think.
Looking for truth in an otherwise crazy world? Tune into the Truth Podcast, where we're breaking down the Word of God one line at a time. Every episode deep dives into Scripture. No fluff, no hype, just raw, real, life-changing truth. Whether you're in the car, at the gym, or winding down, let the Word of God speak. Let the truth set you free. The Truth Podcast, available on Facebook, YouTube, and soon on streaming platforms.
Welcome back into Wildcat Sports Talk as we are broadcasting here for our comeback show every, well, I would say every Thursday at 7, but we may change the day at some point because we do what we want now. Like, we don't, it is what it is. So it may be Thursday, it may be Sunday, but you're going to get us once a week, and we're going to break down the week before basketball season starts. We're definitely going to be all about that. And we'll be talking a lot about the games. I want to talk to you, Tim. First of all, now that we'll talk about the games really quick. How excited are you for North Carolina coming to Rupp Arena?
Man, that is huge.
North Carolina are all coming back, baby.
Man, I love it. And that's what Kentucky fans have been wanting. You know, we want those rivalries. We want those games that we remember, and that, you know, that's what the fans want, and that's what Mark Pope gives you, is what the fans wants. And you know, North Carolina, man, I just love that. I've always hated that we didn't hardly ever play them, you know, and Indiana, you know, those, it's just, dude.
And how cool is it too in the CBS Sports Classic? We are playing St. John's and Rick Pitino. I mean, my goodness. Look, and for those of you out there that are like, you know, it'll be kind of cool to play the old ball coach. Listen, the old ball coach may beat us. Did people not understand that? like Rick Pitino has that ability. And look, for what anybody wants to say, he went to Louisville, and I don't like him for that. But I'm gonna tell you all right now. You lost me, didn't you?
Yep, I don't see you, but I hear you.
Yeah, well, you know, they just for whatever reason it wanted to mess me up here and mess my day up, because somebody had to call me right in the middle of the show. So, you know, it happens every time. I mean, and the thing is it was rolling perfectly. Mm-hmm. We had no issues. Somebody called me right in the middle of the show. All right, so but yeah, he may beat us, but for you know, and he went to Louisville, and I understand that. I have full respect for Rick Pitino. He's the best coach ever played or ever coached at Kentucky.
Well, you know, me and you both do. We brought up a while back, you know, how we would take Rick Pitino back as coach.
Oh, but you remember that? That'll never happen. No, he'd never set foot back in Rupp Arena. Well, as I recall, last year he set foot back in Rupp Arena with Kentucky Blues on, by the way.
And did you see how the fans reacted?
And they loved it.
They absolutely loved it. They absolutely loved it. I mean, yeah, people kill me. I mean, you know.
It was that one podcast that's not around anymore. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, it's great. It's great to, you know, here's what I don't know, and I don't mean to be a crybaby, but basketball is right back on track where it needs to be. We're all loving it. All these things are happening with these teams, with the floor, with the coach and the style and all that. We can never have football and basketball at the same time.
No, it's not going to happen. But you know what? If we've just got to be a basketball school, that so be it. It's whatever. And my whole thing is if we can just be competitive in football, like I said, 7 wins, maybe sneak through and get an 8-9 win season here and there. Hey,
I mean, just beat people like South Carolina. That'd be cool.
If we just win South Carolina and Vandy, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't, and it's fine. Vandy's going to beat us by 30. I mean, Nico, man, that Pavia, whatever, it's like it's Nico Pavia or what, I don't remember. But anyway, man, he's good. It's been 2 years, Tim, 2 years since Kentucky legalized online sports betting. September 2023 is when that happened. Now, retail launched a little bit earlier, but online sports betting. What do you think of it?
Man, I absolutely love it, which I've not been doing it this year. And college football sports betting is my favorite. College basketball is too. I love college basketball too. And maybe it's because that's the only thing I know a little bit about. But I'll tell you this, and you know this as well as I do. Okay. So I'm not great at it, but I want to give everybody out there, because if they're good enough to watch this, if they're cool enough to watch our show, then I want to give them some help. Stay away from the parlays, please, for the love of everything. Stay away from parlays. And people are right now, saying I'm stupid. And man, you can bet $5 and win 500,000,000. You know why? Because you're not going to win. But anyway, man, I can bet $2 and win 125. Yeah, because you're not going to.
They're set up for you not to win.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
way.
Man, look, man, if just these 10 things could all happen for me, like I picked them in one day, then I'll win money.
And a full moon it hits just right on the leaf at the corner of your house. Yes. Yeah, you'll get it.
And I'll tell you this from experience. If you make 5 bets and they're all sure locks, one of them won't happen every time. Every one. Now 4 will, but the one won't.
No.
But anyway, stay away from parlays. Stop betting parlays. If you want to bet sports betting, just bet straight up. Bet the spread. You know what I mean? Just do that. Just have fun with that. Don't bet parlays. It's a waste of time. Parlays are for suckers. You know why these sports apps and all these sports books, you know why they keep going and why they make a lot of money? Parlays.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I wanted to get to some other real quick noodles of news. First of all, here's one that I bet y'all didn't know. The 2024-2025 season of Kentucky Wildcat basketball, they broke the single season 3-point record. But did you hear what I said?
Was that not announced?
Hitting 341 threes.
Last year.
I
didn't hear them announce that. I don't remember.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know that. 341 threes. Yours truly did that research. It's just 1 over the previous mark. So that leads me to this. Mark Pope's style is a lot like Rick Pitino's. Just shoot the 3. Just shoot the 3. Just shoot the 3. It's already proven in 1 year with a team which, again, we have one of the best 3-point shooters that may ever grace Kentucky, but I think the style is going to bode well. I really do. And I think this is what basketball is evolving to. A lot of folks are like, well, that's not tradition. Well, you know what? Tradition's gone. It's over. There's no more just pounding it in the paint and dunking basketballs and throwing it to the big guy and hoping for something to happen. It's not that it's over. Accept it, move on. It's the Steph Curry style of basketball. Steph Curry changed the game of basketball. That's how you know players are great. I just said what I said. When they change the game of basketball. Michael Jordan changed the game of basketball. Kobe Bryant changed the name of basketball. Steph Curry changed the game of basketball. And you notice I didn't say LeBron James, and I said that on purpose, and I said what I said. But those 3 changed the game of basketball. So that's where we're at. We are now at the Steph Curry level of basketball, where it is very much a 3-point shooting game. It just is. And again, what do you think? I mean, what do you
Man,
think?
I just think basketball's in really good hands right now. I'll never forget the night that they announced Mark Pope was going to be the coach. I came out and did a video that everybody needed to calm down a little bit, that this is going to be a really good thing. I had a good feeling about it. I knew Mark Pope was the right guy for the job. I mean, his resume, his pedigree, his history at Kentucky was one thing. But if you dug a little deeper and saw what he'd already been doing at other places, you could tell that he knew how to coach basketball. He wasn't just he was a former champion. It wasn't that. He knows the game of basketball. Very smart guy. And I've loved everything he's done. Yeah, everybody's going to make some mistakes. Everybody will make a mistake or two here and there. That's just being human. That's just being a coach. That's being part of a competitive sport. But I love where Kentucky basketball is. Whatever Mark Stoops, I keep wanting to say Mark Stoops, whatever Mark Pope.
It's a battle of the marks.
Every time you say Mark, every time I say Mark. But anyway, Coach Pope, I trust in him, man. I trust in him. I think it's going to be a great year. I think it's going to be better than last year. And last year was really, really good, man.
Right. It really was. So the Cats kick off Big Blue Madness on October the 11th. It's 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. It's on a Saturday night, which I love that. But it's not your first chance to catch them. Yeah, that's right. Your first chance is coming up on October the 7th, next week. I think that's next Tuesday, I want to believe. Let's see. So tomorrow is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Yep, Tuesday. Next Tuesday, October the 7th, is the 2025 Pro Day at Memorial Coliseum. 30 NBA teams are going to be there to scout players. We're still doing that. People are like, well, is that going to go away? No, it's still going on. We still want to get players to the NBA. We just want to win national championships, and that's what we're doing at Kentucky. So come, make sure you watch. I think it's probably going to be televised on the SEC network. It usually is. I'm excited about that. I mean, we get to actually.
Adam, I think we should do this year, we should focus on actually going to games together as fans so we can actually celebrate and not have our hands handcuffed.
Andy Katz of ESPN left Rupp Arena off the top 10 college basketball venues. I mean, come on, man. How do you even do that? That's trolling at this point. That's for me to talk about it and give you views.
Yeah, it's definitely trolling, and it's definitely to get views because that's the world we live in today. It's all about views. But if you look at the history of a place, I don't want to hear this. Well, the gray hairs are all sitting in the front, and I don't care. Look at the record. Look at how hard a place is to play. Look at just the record speaks for itself. It's hard to win at Rupp Arena.
It just is. I mean, at the end of the day, people are like, it's not as loud. Well, it's not, but it does get loud. And give them a team to get loud about, and they will get loud. That's the thing, and that's what we're doing, and that's why we've changed. Things are getting better. We are going to go back to our roots. I can't wait. I love the whole, what's your favorite color, baby? That's back. We're back to the 90s. So Mark Pope is back. Basketball's back. It's exciting. And I'm super excited for the future of Kentucky sports.
Me too, man. Me too. And you know what? Wildcat Sports Talk is going to be fun, but you skipped what I said. Wouldn't it be fun for us to go to games as fans instead of going as media?
We talked about that. I skipped it for a reason because yes, it would, but we talked about that.
Yeah, I'm not saying we don't want to go cover the games, but I would love to send people to cover the games. I would love. It's just sitting in the crowd, man. And that goes back to what you just said, though, about him not ranking it in the top 10. Sitting in the crowd at Rupp Arena is such a fun environment, man.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I 100% agree with you. It is absolutely a fun environment. I mean it does not get any better. And the other thing too is when you're not media, you can actually. Right?
Yeah, I lost you for a second.
Oh, did you lose me?
Yeah. Oh, it's because everybody's trying to call and video and text and.
But no, I totally agree with you. It's nice to be able to cheer. Just when you're in there and you're cheering and you're having a good time. Uh, it's just it's so much different.
Yeah, for sure, man. I agree. But yeah, I mean, hey, we've almost made it through the entire show.
We did. We actually are here. We're at the end. Old Lady Silver gave us the okay to make this our theme song. You love it?
I love it, man. I'm ready to go. Ballads and Brews Festival, Saturday and Sunday, Cynthiana, Kentucky.
Thousand Brews, Indiana, Kentucky. We will see you there. Have a good one. We are out. This is Wildcat Sports Talk. My name is Adam.
My name's Tim.
And you are listening to Wildcat